So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ceasefire Advanced Intelligence Center. Today happens to be a very special day for us, especially because this is the very first webinar that we are going to be streaming live from this newly inaugurated studio, this beautiful facility, as you can see, which is going to be a permanent feature at Ceasefire Advanced Intelligence Center. So that's what makes today's session special. This is the first live stream that we are uplinking from the studio today. So viewers, today the session is about talking to you about in all details about the Watermist-based firefighting technology. In today's time and in the modern world where there is rapid advancement happening in almost every sphere of life, we as fire professionals also need to sit back, reflect, and think how fires are going to be fought in future. So whether the ABC powder, water, foam, CO2 extinguishers of the world, the conventional firefighting methods still hold ground. Whether these technologies be still able to keep pace with the growing demand of the ever-evolving modern world. Well, we had our doubts, and that is where we invested into a technology of future, which is the Watermist technology. So today in this session, we will talk about this technology, all the details. I will be joined by our technology experts in the session. But before we delve deeper into the session today, let me take a minute to give you more details on who we are as an organization, and where we stand today collectively as a brand. So viewers, Ceasefire today is a fast emerging global fire safety conglomerate. We are the rarest organizations in the world, yes, world I mean it, where one brand has such a diverse product portfolio, yet which is very integrated, as a 360-degree unified product portfolio. So our product solutions span through a complete spectrum of solutions, starting from fire extinguishers to cabin protection systems to total firing systems, which is again a word in itself. So starting with your chemical gas-based suppression to water mist suppression to inert gas suppression, we do it all. And then you have a world of kitchen fire suppression systems. And then again, we do systems for both commercial and kitchen applications, including water mist and wet chemical-based technologies. Then you come on to hydrant systems. Then we're launching a complete line of fire alarm systems by the name of CSX Plus, which is again, a full length and depth there, followed by a whole lot of other state-of-the-art solutions. So what makes Ceasefire uniquely positioned in the marketplace is what the million-dollar question is. And the thing that makes us unique, the thing that makes us different is our quality promise. Now, our quality promise stems from the fact that we are manufacturers of all of these technologies that we're talking about. At the heart of the Ceasefire ecosystem is our production facility, which today complies 100% to the factory production control guidelines laid down by the top quality agencies in the world. And I'm talking about the top-notch standards, really, which includes the EN3, EN 1866, LPCB, BSI, Kite Mark, MED, PED, and then you have certain, process certifications like ISO and OSAS. And that's what brings the huge difference in terms of quality when you talk about the Ceasefire range of solutions that we're talking about. As an organization, on the other side, we are a team of about 2,000 professionals, who work from the length and breadth of the country, spread across all geographies, who toil hard and get 3,000 new customers into the system every month. In total, there are about 5 lakh small, mid-scale, large companies who count on us for their fire safety, and that's what keeps us committed to the cause. Right now, when I speak to you, somewhere in the world, a Ceasefire product is sold every 61 seconds, but more importantly, it is used every 5 minutes, saving life and property, somewhere on the planet. And that's really the pace at which we are moving, and that was, in a nutshell, who we are as an organization and where we stand in the evolution curve as an organization. So coming back to the session today, today's session is about a futuristic firefighting technology called as the Watermist technology. In this technology, what we've primarily done is we've returned the true glory of water as the original firefighting agent, available on the planet. And I'm joined today in this session by two of our technology experts. So I'm first joined by Pranav Diwan. Pranav, welcome to the session.
Hello viewers, my name is Pranav Diwan. I've been working with Watermist technology for past 8 years now. So, Vishal, what do you want to know?
Sure. So Pranav, it will be good for us to start the session understanding what is Watermist as a technology and what makes it so different from the other conventional technologies that we have on offer in the marketplace. So, whichever way you want to take it up.
Well, Vishal, in your one question, there are multiple questions. One is to understand what Watermist is all about.
So let's break it. So let's talk about what is Watermist first.
Let's start with understand what is water.
Sure.
So internationally, NFPA defines Watermist that if any water particle diameter is about 1,000 microns. So 1,000 micron average diameter for a particle of water would consider that Watermist. These five deals in Watermist particle ranging from 125 to 180 microns. And the choice of actually the size of micron of water is going to be decided by what is the intensity of heat. So let's first understand what is the capacity of water as an extinguisher. So if you were to say that, let's take a hypothetical case. If I wanted to evaporate 1 liter of water, okay, in a second, that instantaneous requirement of power consumption would be 2.6 megawatts.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a lot of power. And this is not the kind of heat source you actually face in a real fire situation. What do you have to do? What I need to do is to efficiently spread my water over top of the fire and to increase the surface area.
So this is just to intervene. When you say evaporation, that is where we talk about the power of the heating, the cooling ability of water, right? In terms of how.
Yes, Vishal, see what happens is you can vary the temperature of water from a certain temperature to another temperature. But once you reach your static 100 degrees centigrade at 1 atmosphere, now what happens is rest of the energy which goes in does not raise temperature. It is to convert water from liquid state to the gaseous state.
Sure.
And this is where we enhance the power of water. And to facilitate that, you need to have heat absorption. And for heat absorption, we need to very meticulously decide what particle size do we take to extinguish a fire, and what is my source of fire, what is my flux intensity at that point. So if I have a very high intensity heat fire, my choice would be a coarser size of mist, that would be a larger size of mist. And where on the other hand, I have very small fires, okay, I need very fine mist to do that, because the heat source has to convert water from liquid to gas. And that latent heat is what we use to extinguish a fire. Now let's understand what Watermist does while extinguishing a fire.
Yeah.
Watermist, when sprayed onto the source, does not actually require the water mist actually reaching the source, as in the case of all kind of extinguishers.
It evaporates rapidly.
Yes.
Before
What I want is that I want water to come into the area or the fire zone of the fire, and there it will evaporate. And in evaporation, the heat it absorbs, that is to the potential of 2.6 megawatts per 1 liter, it can cool the subsequent area so quickly and so completely that the temperature will fall rapidly. And as soon as you remove heat as a component from your fire, you cannot have any kind of reignition, you cannot have any fire. Using this technology, you can use water even on K-class fires, which are superheated oils like kitchen oils.
Sure.
Okay. Now let's understand, why would you choose a Watermist system? Mm-hmm. This is another part of your question. See, as I told you, you require very little water to do very large firefighting. Okay. That means environmentally, I'm brilliant. Okay.
With the Watermist.
Yes, clean water is a scarcity.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Everybody knows that. When I'm using very minimal amount of water to do large firefighting, I'm working.
You are reducing efficiencies. Yeah.
Yes. And secondly, there's no chemical. So when I have no chemical, I'm environmentally friendly again. Unless, not forget, when I'm using so little of water, my collateral damage is going to be minimal. That means if I intelligently use my Watermist, most of this water is going to be converted into steam and it will not be as a residue. So intelligent use of water mist systems can also work as clean agents. Okay. Then you do not have any thermal shock. If you use water mist on a glass or heated glass surface, it will not break it. Okay. Because the totality of heat removal is completely over the surface. So you do not have pinpoint heat sources there. So there's no thermal shock. When you do not have continuity, anywhere between 110 to 100 microns or below, you do not have any continuity. So there is no chance of any electrical shift. So dielectric effects of these water mist systems are quite high.
And that's essentially the place where we return the true glory of water as the original firefighting agent on the planet, because the only issue with water was conductivity in a big way against fighting fires. If you remove that, it solves.
We solve all the problems with water mist. Now let's understand what water mist means to.
So for our viewers, can I simplify this definition and explain them? If I was to explain them, yes. For a layman who does not understand what this discussion is all about and what water mist is, what we're essentially saying is that a single droplet of water, a tap, what you get from the regular tap, is about 5,000 micron in size. That droplet is broken down into minuscule droplets, of 150 or 200 micron size. And while doing so, using our specialized systems, we've broken the conductivity between the droplets. But essentially they have the same cooling ability, because essentially at the DNA level, it is still water. And when it is stored on the fire zone, rapidly evaporates. Whenever anything evaporates, it absorbs large amount of heat. And when you're absorbing large amount of heat, you're bringing down the temperature in the fire zone to below combustion levels, and that's where you kill the fire. And because it is rapid evaporation, it does not cause any collateral damage. That is why it is safe for environment. You're making super efficient use of water, because conventionally, if you were to disperse water in the fire zone, with buckets fulls and that's how
a lot of wastage.
A lot of wastage, because very little comes in contact with fire per se. But when you're spraying it with water mist, that's where we say 4 times the coverage area. You are making super efficient use of every liter of water against fire, and that's essentially.
You can do a very simple experiment at home. There's nothing more to do. Just dip your hands in water and just wave off any loose particles of water, and then just rub your hands very quickly. Okay? And see, within a few seconds, your hands will be dry. The heat from the hand is enough to evaporate.
Correct.
What you're doing is you're just thinning the water over the surface. And this is what water mist allows, increasing the surface area. So
having understood what water mist is as a technology per se,
yes.
we want to throw some light on how we develop water mist, because today's session is essentially on the portable extinguisher. So we deployed water mist not only in our range of extinguishers, but also in the fixed systems. So today's session, we will not be able to dwell a lot into the fixed system. We will cover everything in the portable range. So in the portable range, if you can throw some light on how the water mist is developed in our kind of range.
Most people who are familiar with water mist will understand that water mist is generated in 2 ways. One is the single fluid method, and another the twin fluid method. In the single fluid method, which C-SPA is using for its portable system, we have developed it further with the pulse rotor system. So I need a little prop. Just
get
you some
sure, that will be insightful for our viewers to know.
Let me come closer
to the camera.
This is our water mist nozzle. Okay. Now this water mist nozzle, if you see, you have pair of holes in it. Okay. What these pairs of holes allow you to do is to project streams of water colliding into each other. Okay. What we're going to do over here is when stream objects collide into each other, we can have various sizes of streams in it. We can have a larger stream colliding into a thinner stream. We can have a thin stream colliding into a larger stream. Then we have angle of collision. Okay. And then we have the velocity of collision. Now, varying all of these would actually allow us to select a particle size. It will allow us to see how far from the nozzle can we generate a mist. Okay, what will be the coverage area of this? This all is decided by this angular collision. But most importantly, if I wanted to decide that I want very minuscule sizes of mist, it would require that I force water with such intensity out of the nozzle that I can increase the velocity to such extent that they collide and they break on their own with multiple collisions. But there's always a limit. That limit is that at a particular pressure, your flow will saturate. Once it saturates, your spring velocities are going to get constant. They cannot increase any further. Now, if I wanted, I could increase the pressure, but I want to do a low pressure system. I don't want systems which are very heavy on maintenance. So what I do is I use something called a rotor in this system. Okay, let me bring my rotor with you.
And this is where you mix.
Yes, this is my specialized component inside. This would be placed inside my cylinder. Okay. Now, what's so special about this rotor is that you have a ace pipe, you have a siphon tube, and a specialized spindle rotating at the bottom. Now, what happens is I have various varying pressures as and when my system is going to run. My pressure is going to decrease. This is due to as the propellant enlarges within the container. If you push down the agent, then the agent will pass out. As the volume of the propellant decreases, that means I do have reduced pressures. But how do I keep my rotor rotating constantly? How do I keep my outflow constant? So it's very simple. In my A pipes, as you see, Vishal, I have holes at regular intervals.
You have perforations.
So these orifices created on the A pipe allow more and more of propellant to be released inside the rotor as and when the agent level falls. As my pressure is falling, but number of holes increasing, I still have a constant flow of air arriving at the rotor, which keeps it turning, and I have a constant flow of water going outside of my cylinder tube. So this is one thing which is most important about the rotor. The other thing is, as I told you, it's two streams of jets when they're colliding to each other. Then what's going to happen is you have a constant velocity of collision. If I need smaller particles, I need to increase this velocity. So what I do is I introduce some part of this propellant, bring it into a rotor and push it out with water as bubble mixture. As the mixture reaches my nozzle, then it's going to appear as pulses of water and air, water and nitrogen. This way, when a water particle collides with an air particle, since air can be compressed further, its velocity is going to increase. With the increased collision velocity, we have very fine particle of water. So you don't have to do anything but to introduce a rotor inside the cylinder. And this is my biggest USP, that with a minimal amount of pressure, I can generate very fine mist, which is most important in portable equipment, because in portable equipment, I need thinner particles. I have very small fires to fight.
True.
And with larger systems, we'll have more multiple rotors for bigger nozzles. So this is how we do it. But if we were to look at our second technology of construction, this would be our CAF system, the compressed air forming system. Now, compressed air forming systems, what we do is we have a cylinder with a propellant cylinder attached to it. This propellant cylinder is high pressure. The reason for high pressure, Vishal, is that I need large volume of air comparison to a very small space. So what we do is the pressure is up to 300 bar, and then slowly use this at a very low output, about 11 to 15 bar. Now this low pressure now is divided into two parts. One goes into the cylinder to push out the agent. The other goes directly up to the nozzle. At the nozzle, we generate a very high velocity airstream. Now in this airstream, we introduce our foam agent. And when it enters this airstream, it is aerated at a very high rate. Okay, you could have seen foam extinguisher, which aerate naturally. But here we're doing forced aerating.
True.
So this allows for a very thick foam to form, and this forms a very good blanket on top of B-class fires, and you can do very high intensity B-class firefighting with this kind of equipment.
Got it. So, so Pranav, having spent all of these years behind the Watermist technology, he's so passionate about it that one has to really extract him out of the subject and come on to the main track. So what we will do, Pranal, is we will proceed on to the live demonstration of these sessions, and immediately after the live demonstration, viewers, what we will do is we will open up the session for any questions that you may have around these technologies. And I have Pranal with me, and we will be very happy to get them answered in all the details possible. So what we will do now is we will now shift the mode to a video feed, and there I'm joined by the other technology expert, Amit Bajpai, who is going to be taking us through the entire range and will demonstrate this range live in action, against real fires. So if you can now shift the feed, if you can optimize do that again. Yes, that is important.
Welcome to the session, and I'd like to begin with maybe giving your viewers a view of what this technology is all about, and then you can take it on from there. We've spoken about Watermist as the opening thing.
Okay, thanks. So today we are introducing you the technology of Watermist as to how the Watermist is being created. Watermist is the tiny particles of water, which is between 60 to 150 microns, and it has got a kinetic energy. There is a break into the water, therefore there is no conductivity is there in the water, so you will not get electrocuted, right? One more thing is very important here, that after becoming this as a Watermist technology, you can also fight class F fires, which is a most deadly fire in the world of firefighting. And we have got two technologies of Watermist. This is here at this side what we are showing you. This is all a pulse mist Watermist technology based on the stored pressure type technology, and we actually have created specially designed dip tubes. So these dip tubes, if you could see, it has got the 4 mixing chambers inside this, and outside if you see, there is a thick dip tube which is connected with 4 breathing tubes separately. So this dip tube is being used to bring the nitrogen from the top and water from the top when it is activated. The mixing chamber is mixing nitrogen and water together, and this mixed water and nitrogen thing is further traveling onwards to the specifically designed nozzles. So I would like to show you the nozzle here.
So these are specially designed nozzles to generate water mist.
Yes. So what happens with the propellant here, you can actually create a kind of kinetic energy,
sure,
which helps the water mist to reach to the fire and extinguish the fire. So using this pulse mist based technology, and I have shown you 4 rotors. With the small portable extinguishers, we are using single rotor. Technology is same, single dip tube, single breathing tube, and 1 mixing chamber. Rest of the technologies are absolutely same. So the Watermist technology now further is being extended to 2 variants. In fact, we have added a very small quantity of foam into it to enable this Watermist to fight class B fires also, right? So we have added 1% of the foam or 0.5% of the foam, making it a foam mist or a green foam mist.
Sure. So allowing the viewers to just absorb the range a little, I'd like to pan the camera on the entire range. So like Amit explained, one side of the Watermist is on the CAF technology, which is the cartridge with
this one I would like to explain.
Yeah.
This is compressed air foam system technology, where you have external cartridge.
Sure.
Here you can see there are 2 versions of it, 9 liters and 50 liters. 9 liters, 50 liters, both are BSI tested. While 9 liter is tested as per EN 37, and 50 liter is tested as per EN 1866.
Sure.
So both are certified by BSI and kite mark. 50 liter is kite mark. 9 liter we have got a verification certificate because it is having some deviations versus 3.7, because 3.7 doesn't permit you a backpack.
Sure. And I see humongous fire ratings here, 233B and 4B there. So in the 9 liter variant,
yeah, these
it's
are
a very high
ratings
rating of
actually,
233B.
So 9 liter special foam does a fire rating of 43A and 233B, wherein the 50 liter does a 4B. So that's the size of the fire what you would fight using these extinguishers. When we come to the pulse mist side of it, we have got foam mist.
So this is the portable segment.
Yeah, the portable segment.
Water mist and foam mist.
And foam mist, you can fight class A, class B, class F, and electrically started fire. So all classes of fire, this is applicable. This is as good as your powder extinguishers for class A, B, and C. Wherein, in addition to that, you also get a firefighting capability of class F, which powder cannot do. So that's where this is becoming a kind of
sizes of 2, 3, 6, 9 in the foam mist, and the same in the water
foam
mist.
mist. We have 2 and 6, and when we go to water mist, we have 2, 3, 6, and 9.
2, 3, 6, and
So
9.
4 brands. Here also, if I talk about the biggest one, the 9 liter, it can fight a fire of 21A and 75F. 75F means 75 liters of cooking oil burning, heated, and extinguished using this technology. In fact, your 6 liter can also do a 75F.
Yes.
So that's the maximum limit of fire into class F. That's what it could do. When we talk about class B, your 9 liter, 6 liter can do 144B. So that's the size of the fire. It does 40F and it does 13A. So that's the fire rating. So these extinguishers have got the best of the fire ratings what we could achieve because the advancement in the technology.
Next one.
The next one is a dual cylinder based system, and these are 2 cylinders of 6.5 liters each, that is 13 liter. There is a specially designed nozzles. This is also pulse mist based technology, and this is available, the version is available into a trolley and a backpack combo.
So this one is mounted on the trolley. If you see, this is on wheels.
Yeah.
And the same thing can also be
You
put
have
on
a
the
harness, you can wear it at your back also. So depending on the way you want to fight a fire, this gives you a very ease to reach to the fire very quickly, either by this the wheel or by the backpack option.
I see a very specialized gun here, which again can be worked on 2 modes. You know, you can shift the mode from the jet to the spray mode, and there is a special protection for the firefighter right there.
So with the EN 1866 range, which is the trolley mounted range of pulse mist, or you talk about the cap.
Yes.
The nozzles have got this special provision of a jet mode or a spray mode. So depending on a fire, what you are approaching, the way you are approaching to a fire, you can actually switch on your modes and you can reach to jet mode and spray mode. So while you are away from the fire and from a safe distance, you can fight a fire with a jet mode so that the intensity of fire can come down. And once the fire intensity is brought to the control level, then you can go nearer, change the direction to a spray mode and finish the final flame. So that's what is the technology with this jet and spray.
So we saw the gas, we saw the portable water mist and foam mist.
Yeah.
We then saw action pack, the portable and backpack trolley mounted, and the backpack water mist. And this is also available in the foam mist version.
Yes, it is available in water mist and foam mist
version.
Our trolley, which we call as a quad,
And
is
then
also
you have
available
finally
in
the quad.
So it is also available in foam mist and water mist version. Similarly, here also your options are there. Only cap is available in only foam version. So the name sounds itself, it is CAF, compressed air foam system.
Correct. We should talk a little about quad. This particular thing is available in 25 liter, 50 liter, and 100 liter capacity.
Yes, the biggest size is 100 liter.
Yes.
And the fire ratings is the maximum what we had achieved is 4B. That is, we have achieved only with 25 liters.
Sure.
Because there is no bigger ratings are available in EN 1866.
You only achieve the maximum.
Yeah, so we have achieved the maximum with the 25 liters. And obviously the same rating is applied on 50 and 100.
I see a very specialized gun here again. The profile of the gun is spectacular. Again, this has the provision to change the mode from the jet to the spray mode, and this becomes part of the system. Okay, so after having explained you, viewers, the range, let's move on to some real action, and show you these products in action. I mean, that'll be
Vishal, we have done a few setups today. some of the class A fires, class B fires. We had also created a mock-up which resembles a kind of your office or a home environment.
Right.
And we would like to demonstrate as to what if you are using a water mist or a powder into the same environment, which is an indoor application.
So do you want to begin with that? Is that the first thing that you lined up?
I
Okay,
would like to show that. So please follow me. Thank you very much. So here we have done a small setup where we have kept some fruits and some electronics, some files. We would like to light a small fire here, and we would like to extinguish it first with the water mist technology so that you can see there is no visibility problem. You can breathe well. Absolutely everything will be neat and clean here. And after that, then we'll be doing a fire with the powder. And once we do with the powder, you will see that what kind of effects or what kind of problems are coming. So I think it is better that all the viewers should see the demonstration and see it live and decide as to what is the difference between both the products.
so I call for the guy to.
Yes, can I please invite the firefighter just to light a fire? And I'm getting ready in the meantime. Thank you, Chandpal. So here is your fire. My product is ready. With one spray, I think I can finish this fire like this. Take it, you go closer, and so it's done. So it's a hectane fire, which I have just finished with only water because fire size was small, so it could be done very fast. And even this product can do a very good firefighting for you. It could do 1A fire for you, which is 5A for you. Yeah.
And we still have small room, if you can see, there is no problem with visibility, and we can see each other everywhere very well. No smoke, no cloud with dust. It's absolutely clean. The food items are absolutely safe, still to be consumed right away.
So maybe it's time to
Okay, so
restart the fire again.
and this time
So I'm now getting ready with the powder, and I'm going to wear my mask because I know there will be some powder coming out. Can I ask the firefighter to come in and light this fire for me? Thank you, Chandpal. So now you see, I'm going to start the powder, right? And I'm fighting from the same distance. So,
and then you can see
so you can see the cloud of the powder, although I have sprayed maybe 100 or 200 grams of powder only, but you can see what has happened inside. Cameraman can go closer and can show us.
you can actually step outside.
Yeah, please come out.
Even for us to give you the footage.
Yeah, you can see it from outside also if you want to show a glimpse of the room. So this is what happens with the powder. This was just 1 kg of the powder, out of which I would have sprayed maybe 200 grams of the powder, and that's the situation. If just you can assume if I would have sprayed 4 kg, 6 kgs inside a room, then what would happen? Now the next one, the demonstration is ready. We are going to light a small crisp class A fire, wood spray fire.
And which product are you?
And we will be fighting it with the
action
pack. Okay. Again, the water mist version.
Sure.
So pure water, and we'll fight this fire. So my firefighter will help me to fight this fire for me. So I'm giving a little bit of pre-burn.
And the pre-burn is largely to let the fire establish a little.
Yes, yes.
Okay, he will go when you prompt.
So maybe at the count of 3, Chandpal, are you ready?
Yes, he's also.
You ready? Okay, great. You want to let the fire grow further? I don't mind.
Yes, let it establish.
Yeah, this product can do even bigger fire than this. So, yeah, but I want the heptane to get finished so that the free burn starts in the wood. So that's the action pack what my firefighter is using. He's using it on a trolley. I think we have given enough free burn.
Yes,
Yeah,
feel the heat.
Yeah, you can see the heat also. At the count of three, firefighter ready, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Very good. So, very good.
Very good. You can go closer.
And that's the beauty of Watermist, because it's best suited for the deep seated fires, especially the A-class ones.
Yeah.
It just brought down the temperature to below combustion levels immediately, and the flames are completely out.
So thank you, Chandrapal. So now it's time to move out and let us show you some more products in action. I have one more family member of Watermist technology here.
The biggest one.
That's the biggest one. And in the meantime, they are getting ready with the quad demonstration, which is the trolley on a foam mist version. So let us start that fire first. So can I ask cameraman to go closer and take a shoot of that? Yeah. Yes, that's okay. Please stay here. Stay at distance. Yeah. So this is 25 liters of quad foam mist technology fire extinguishers, which we are now starting. This can do 4B fire. So you can see now. Okay. Can we fight the fire now? 3, 2, 1, and go. Lovely. So
You can see
you can see the thick foam,
here.
and this foam has come out with only with the 1% of AFFF added to the total extinguishing agent. And this quality of foam can only be achieved because of our pulse mist technology and our water mist technology added together. Only with 1%. Can I ask Chandrapal, can you come and can you show us a throw?
Just to see the throw of
Just
the
spray. Can you just camera please move there? Yeah. Okay. Just see this. See how the throw is going. Just see. So this product can do minimum 14 meters of the distance, what you could achieve at a jet mode. And when we are firing it at a spray mode, then you have a umbrella being created around the firefighter. Here you can see the umbrella. This is jet mode, spray mode. You can keep on switching your mode.
Okay, moving on to
So moving to the next one, next technology. I would like to explain this technology to you. This has got 4 cylinders. Each cylinder has got 62.5 liters of agent, which is mixed with only 1% of the AFFF foam. It has got multi-rotors inside. So every cylinder has got a 4 rotor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have total 16 rotors are there inside for mixing the nitrogen and the agent together. This is connected to a manifold at the center, and this manifold is further connected to a cannon. So this cannon helps you to fight a fire 360 degrees. You can take a full round of this cannon. So whichever direction you have a fire, you can move it.
turn it.
So that's one. Second thing, you have a hose reel here. So the idea of this system is when you have a large size of fire, you can fight the fire from a safer distance. This gives you approx 22 meters of the throw.
You
You
can
can
deliver
fight
large
it
amount
from
of
a
agent.
far distance, and once the fire comes under control, this hose reel the firefighter can run with and can reach very close to the fire and can fight the fire to finally finish it up. So that's what is the product. So you can move the camera there. I think firefighters are ready to light the fire. They have already poured the oil.
If you come closer.
Yeah. So you have to be away from the throw area. Because
Okay, so we are going to fight it from a very large distance, about over 20 meters, Amit.
yeah. So it is like approximately 17-18 meters from there. And the fire is becoming bigger and bigger. We are getting the product ready. Lovely. Yeah. Can I ask my firefighter to start on the count of 3, 2, 1, go! Look at this. Look at the go. Lovely.
Lovely. This is
So,
beautiful.
you actually don't need to take the hose reel there. But can I request you to just pull the hose reel and run towards the fire area so that everyone can see how the hose reel is working. So look at this.
So like you explained,
Like this, the hose reel can.
so the cannon is, the role of the cannon is to fight the fire, and then the
So look at this. This is creating umbrella, and so this has also got a jet and a spray mode. There is a umbrella which is being created so that the firefighter is absolutely safe from the fire. Very good. Thank you very much. So now you can see the thick foam which is being generated by the cannon because of the mixing has been done using the multi-rotors inside the container. So
oh, it's all milky white.
it's all thick,
Yeah, it's
very thick.
And that is what really decides how potent the agent becomes on the Class B fire, the thickness of the foam and how, rich the foam.
So our next demonstration will be of the CAF, compressed air foam system, which we would be putting on our back. So it is a backpack, and we'll be fighting a Class B fire again. So, can I please request you to bring the backpack? Okay. So help him to wear it, or you can wear it alone also. So that's where the firefighter is getting ready. You can go closer to the firefighter also while he's getting ready.
And maybe show a closer profile of the product while he's mounting the product on his back.
So, can I please request you to come here? Thank you. So, you have got a belt where you can mount your gun, and you have a backpack here. Can you please turn? Look at this. This is 9-liter CAF, and can I please request you to start firefighting? Thank you, Chandrapal. So, start with the jet mode, and then come closer to this. So, yeah.
How big is the throw of this one, Amit?
Oh, this is around 13 meters. Can you please start? 3, 2, 1, go! Lovely. So you like it?
Absolutely loved it.
Good, thank you. So that's it from the product demonstration side.
So I hope viewers, I hope you have enjoyed the demonstration that we lined up. With this, we will close the live demonstration segment of the webinar, and will now open up the session for you to ask any questions from our technology expert viewers. So you are most welcome to ask any questions, and we will be happy to answer.
So good. Welcome back, viewers, to the studio. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration of all of these product lines that Amit took us through. Regardless of how many discussions we do, how many, in what great details we describe the product, but the fun of watching it in action and take it on real fires, is something else. Because that is what demonstrates the true potency of the product on real fires. So what we are doing now, viewers, is that Pranav is with us. If there are any questions that you have around the technology, around the specific product, please feel free to answer and make most use of this opportunity. I see some hand raises, so if there is anything on the in the chat box, there are some. I enjoyed the session. That was one of my favorite sessions. They were back-to-back, demonstrations lined up from one technology to another, and that's where we covered the entire range of Watermist. Can this technology be used on alcohol fires, Pranav?
Yes, of course, it can be used. Alcohol fires requires a specialized kind of foam. We can add that in place of normal AFFF, and it can be.
Yeah, so if you be a little louder also.
I think that answers your question. Next.
Alcohol fires get another kind of B-class fires, right? So
this requires specialized foam, which does not get decomposed in alcohol, so you can use that. No problem. Of course, they need to tell us, if it's.
So can we apply this on live rectified solid fires? Absolutely.
Of course, if it's been tested, you can, and we have markings on our cylinder, and if it says that it can work on live electricity, yes, of course it can.
So we have this ERDA certification for this, that this can be used.
Yes, some products have the ERDA, and some have been certified under EN3-7.
And that's really the USP of this agent. That's what really makes it so versatile. That, against the conventional sources of fire, you can of course use it, but electrically started fires included as a part of the deal.
Any other question?
Do we see some hand raises? Yeah, there are hand raises, but okay. So Gurvendra Pratap, if you can type in your question, it'll be good.
Let them talk.
So I have a question that says, how much for fire rating can we fight against B fire? You have framed your question correctly. How much fire rating can fight class B fire?
Any of our Watermist system which has the foam included in it, or it has a foam additive, can be used on B class fire, and we can range anywhere between 55B to 4B, as you saw in the film, depending on the type of product we are using. And whatever your requirement, you can check our specification sheet and it is available there.
I think this is with respect to quad specifically.
Quad can go up to with 50 and 100 liters, it can go up to 4B5.
Okay. Yes. Is this ordinary water or distilled water?
It's ordinary water. If it's drinkable, it is good, but all I require is there's no debris in it. So if it's clean water, that's more than enough.
Clear flowing water. Can we, so is this ordinary, okay? Can we project the tetrapod as a foam monitor system?
No, you cannot, because foam monitor systems have a continuous supply and foam intake, but they cannot be projected as foam monitor systems. Foam monitor systems are more controlled by mechanical or means or hydraulic means, and they have a large supply of foam and direct supply from larger tanks, so we cannot replace them with the foam monitor system.
the difference between 9 water mist and 9 liter calf except nozzle. The whole technology is very different, but could you want to throw some more light?
I didn't get the question.
The difference between a 9 liter water mist and a 9 liter calf except for the nozzle. What is the difference between the two?
Okay. See, if I were to take calf as comparison to any foam mist will be taking advantage of two kind of technology. One is the particularized content of the agent plus a additive of very little amount of foam. But on the other hand, if you go to calf system, there what we're doing is we are introducing foam into a very high velocity jet stream, which forcibly aerates quite a lot. It is more than what we can manage with foam mist, where there's just a rotor which is introducing the nitrogen propellant into the mixture. But it is the same thing in principle which is happening, but two different technologies or two different ways. Now, but if you were to look at your cats would have very thick foam content because of 3% foam inside it, and they will be able to stick onto vertical surfaces and even horizontal surfaces to some extent, which also helps fighting the A-class fire because the contact of the agent is a little more. You have more time to absorb heat. So cats have a much better option when you are fighting fires like such like vertical and horizontal, like ceiling. So cats have a certain advantage over foam.
The foam is thicker, it has stickiness to it, and then it forms a thicker layer.
If you are not fighting, quite high intensity fires, then portable foam is much better.
Can water mist be used in petrochemical and refinery industry? Absolutely.
Yeah, they can be used. Again, as I mentioned earlier, if you are using B-class additive like EFFF, then it can be used.
I think solutions like gas are ideally suited for petrochemical and these industries because that's
what we need to understand is all cylinders have been categorized as to what classes of fire they can fight, and if they're certified, they have been tested for that kind of a rating. So if you have a B-class rating on any of your fire extinguishers, then of course they can fight a B-class fire. So for petrochemical industry, something which can do a much better heat absorption and with a far lesser size, then I would propose, Watermist is a better option.
a specific question, I think it's coming from the team internally. It says, can we recommend this in production segment using CNC machine having electrical contact replacement as a clean agent extinguisher?
Of course, see, what I earlier said was just to clarify this point, that if you are using just the right amount of water mist, you're not excessively spraying it. As soon as the fire is doused and you see no smoke or heat traces on it, then if you stop spraying, most of this is going to be converted into steam. So, of course, it can be used in CNC machine. If the client is too sensitive about it, then you can use clean agent, but Watermist is absolutely, it can be used. There won't be any problem with that. The only thing is I'm concerned would be excessive use of water which could condense into any of the control panels, and there you can have a problem. So if it's diligently used, yes, it can.
Water mist can be used in electrically started fires. Yes, of course. We just answered that question. I think you missed that there. And then I have Ritesh asking us, which one of these will be most effective in paint shops and paint storage areas? I think he was asking with respect to the portable water mist and the CAF, because that was when the discussion was on, that is when the question came in. So for paint shops, which would be a better
for paints with any kind of oil or any kind of spirits for B class, then of course you will need a B class marking on your cylinder. So most of our foam mist equipment and caps would be suitable for paint booths.
In the Tetra cord, we can use 4 containers 4 times, or it is 1 at a time, or all at a time.
It is totally up to you.
Yeah.
You want to use all 4 of them together, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, or all 4 of them together. The choice is yours. So we're giving you full.
So you activate them individually. They are all connected to a manifold, and
they're all connected individually. They all have their own ball valve to control their output. So
every cylinder is activated individually.
Yes.
Sure. There were some questions. Good to see your questions coming in. And guys, make use of the opportunity. Yes. So I have another question from Farhan, who wants to know foam mist or water mist, which one is best in electrically started fires or B-class fires?
Again, if you, my choice of equipment would be more specific to what is my first fuel requirement. What if I want to do a B-class fire, if I have B-class extinguishment requirement and F-class extinguishment requirement, I will rather go for foam mist. But if I have only F-class requirement and no B-class, then I would choose a water mist. Of course, both these, if they are certified for E-class running, yes, you can use it.
So this is with respect to electrically started fires or B-class fires. So
I answered it both ways.
yeah.
First choice, what you need to extinguish.
Yeah.
So if you look at your water mist, they are applicable on AF, and if tested E-class or electrically started fires, and if you were to go to foam mist, then A, B, F, and E-class if tested for electrical. So I think that will answer your question. You have to make choice intelligently as per the classifications available on these tools kinds of systems.
Good. So this webinar is turning into a good doubt clearing session as well, which is good. And from our customers, if there is anything that they would want to know, we'll be very happy to answer any question that you may have today on the Watermist technology, viewers. I think in total we've had a good turnout and people have asked what they wanted to. Yes, we have one more. So he wants to know for petrol pumps, which would be more beneficial, Watermist or foam mist or Monix?
Here I have a small take on it. If you were to look at any containment, if you have a container which could catch fire, I would suggest you go for a liquid extinguisher. But if you have a more of a flow kind of a requirement where the fuel could flow, I would rather say you go for a dry like Monix or B+.
Then if you're talking about containment areas, then you're talking about the containers and the storage areas, that's where you should go for Watermist or foam mist.
Yes.
But if it is on the surface and the risk is
fuel is flowing, then I would rather say you have a portal which can,
for petrol pumps, the classic petrol pumps, I think it's more about the containers and storage.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
You
that's
can have a mixture of both, if possible. But mostly, if you are going for water mist, and you can do a thick foaming with cap, and probably for a very slight flow, you can work with that also. So I think a mixture of both of them should be an apt requirement for a petrol pump.
So great then. I think we've had a pretty long session already, and with this we will now close the session. And thank you, Pranav, and thank you every one of you to have taken out your time in joining us in the session today. Thank you so much indeed for joining, viewers, and we wish you good luck. Thank you so much. Stay safe.